Hello guys, welcome back to DDT's Tech Solutions, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you a very key tool or a hack tool which you can use to trade your forex. Okay, so it is going to show you the perfect time to buy or to sell. So it is an indicator are going to install, and this indicator is going to show you um, the perfect time to buy in a trade, and then I'm going to show you plenty examples. That is the back testing examples that depicts that this strategy works very well. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're old to this channel, welcome back. And here we trade forex live as well. Mentorship also going on in my Telegram channel, so the link is below in the description. You join as well, so you can follow us for everything. So you subscribe, hit the notification bell to this YouTube channel. You don't miss any of my trades, you don't miss any of my tutorials as well. So let's get started. So the first thing we are going to do is it's like we are trading the three major cycle: the manipulation, the profit release, and the accumulation. That's tutorial. I have a tutorial on that. Link is below in the description. But this we're going to use an indicator, which is one of the best indicators I'm using now. So we are going to go to indicators on your trading view. If you're using trading view, go to indicators. Draft trading view. Also, the link is below in the description. You can get it. So you just need to type ICTQ Killzone session. So I have it here. So you can search ICT Killzone session, and we have it here. Okay, so I have it here, and I have it installed right here. So when you see when I off it, it leaves. Okay, so when you get that ready, let's go to the settings. You're going to see this setting icon here at the top here. Click on the settings, and on your default settings you find something like this. When it comes to style, you're going to see lines will be checked, so you need to uncheck the lines. And if your settings is not the same as this, I think you have to make it the same as this to set your kill zones. So you can take a screenshot or pause the video to set up your ICTQ zone session indicator with this. And then as well as this, I inputted everything here. So my landing opening starts from, so I think you need to get all this right so you can take a screenshot if it's not the same as yours. Okay, so when you're done with all this things, the first thing you have to do is to always move to your higher time frame. Maybe the starts from uh, top down analysis to find potential support and resistance levels in your chart. So if you're trading, this is on DXY. If you're trading on gold, if you're trading on any other currency, do the top down analysis in your charts to find potential support and resistance zones in your chart. So done, you move to your 5 minute time frame or any lower time frame. So for this purpose, I'm going to use the 5 minute time frame, and I'm going to show you the trick here. Okay, so when the ICTQ zone session, the indicator, when it's turned on, you're going to see this blue lines, which is going to indicate the Asian session, then the London open session, the New York session, as well as the London close session. So you're going to see it with the label on top here. Now the trick here is that the London session is mostly the consolidation stage where you see it begins from 1 o'clock p.m. GMT to around 4, almost that's 5 o'clock p.m. GMT. Sorry, 5 o'clock a.m. So 1 o'clock a.m. GMT to 5 o'clock a.m. GMT. That's when the Asian session starts, where it consolidates, and then when it consolidates, it moves into the London session, and from the London session to the New York session, and from the New York session to the London close session. So now the trick here is that anytime you're trading, you wait for when you are able to trade. I'm going to also provide you a trick on trading the London session as well. But let's move to the New York session. So when it's in the New York zone, you should consider that anytime it's it is moving out of the New York zone, that is around almost 2 o'clock p.m. GMT, you can see that if New York zone, you can see that always there's a bullish movement from the New York zone into the London close. You can see right here, you can see the bullish movement from the New York zone into the London close. And then you should still consider your support. As I said, you can see my support right here, the green line, and as you can see, the last few candlesticks before it went up, it caused some kind of liquidity, came to take our liquidity. So whenever you see a liquidity taken out around a support zone in the New York session, then it's time for you to buy into the New York close. All right, so let's see another example. I'm going to show you plenty examples for you to know that this really works. So in the same DXY chart, so the Asian session, and then it moved downwards into the London Open, and then it further went down into one of my support zones, and it created a turtle soup here. This is what we call a turtle soup. It's a form of liquidity. It comes to take out liquidity, to take out all sell stops that are lying here. So now our focus is that the New York ending of the New York zone. Ending of the New York zone was here, and then we were supposed to buy, but then it came up a bit, came down to take out liquidity. So this is what we call the turtle soup, as I said. But you're still respecting our support zone right here, and you could see after taking the liquidity, it went up into the landing close. Landing close is around, it ends at 4:50 p.m. GMT. So you can also trade. So after the New York ending, you buy into the landing close. But as I said, you should take note of your support zones and liquidity. So here there was a turtle soup liquidity. So this is the second example. Let's move to the third example. I want you to be very sure that I've been backtesting this for quite a long time, and I've seen how it works perfectly. Okay, so now let's come back to, there's another example here from the Asian, which consolidated move into the London Open. There was fair value gap here, so London Open then moved upwards into the New York. So here you can see that the New York zone, um after the New York zone again, that is around 2 o'clock p.m. GMT, there was a buy, there was a push up to the landing close, as I said. And someone will ask, there's no support zone here. Yes, there's no support zone here, but you can see that these three wicks here is a form of liquidity. So anytime, I said, anytime you see liquidity taken, then it's time for you to buy, because it will serve as a support zone, but not necessarily a support zone though. Okay, we can also find something like a support zone here. You can find something like a support zone here. It's tapped into it, came around here, but that's not our focus. It came to take liquidity with this three, one, two, three, four, five candlesticks wicks, which serves as a liquidity. If you want to learn more about liquidity, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to do a video about it, so you can keep on checking. So this is the third example on it. You could see after it took our liquidity, went straight up into London. So after New York zone, after New York session, you need to buy into London close. Now let's look for another one again. So here the seems to be consolidating throughout, from Asian to London Opium to New York. It was consolidating around the support zone, so I think this will be invalid. Now let's move to the other ones as well. Good one. So here we have the Asian again. After Asian, we move to the London Open, and London Open straight into New York. So you can see that the New York here we have a support, a minor support zone here where price has been tested. But as well, we also have a wick which shows a form of liquidity. This wick here, which is showing as a form of liquidity. So after this wick, after this week, we had a bullish movement to the London session, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't that much, and I'm going to show you why it wasn't that much. You could also see that we have a resistance zone at the top here. That's at the green line I've drawn here is a resistance zone. So from the support to the resistance zone, and you could see that the price went exactly into the resistance zone and reversed again. So you need to respect that as well. So you have seen about four examples I've given you in my chart, displaying that after New York's session is a time for you to buy into landing close is a trick, and then you can work on it, back test on it several times to know if it's working for you, and then you can hold on to that as a trade. Okay, so for more, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join the Telegram channel, link is below in the description. I give signals, we trade online, we trade YouTube live as well. We give uh mentorship as well in my Telegram channel. So you need to follow all those things. Now let's make money together. Thank you.